Okay, well, let's try this. I look very washed out, but let's try this video. Oh boy. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Katie and welcome to Katie Does Travel. I am a solo female backpacker who is more introverted, and I just returned from 2 months, an incredible, the best 2 months backpacking in Australia. I backpacked mostly the East Coast, well not mostly, I backpacked the East Coast. I also went down to Tasmania, and the East Coast is a pretty popular backpacker route for travelers going to Australia. And I was no exception, and I definitely understand why everyone, or a lot of people, go to the East Coast to start their Australian adventures. But on today's video, I am going to show you everything I packed, and there's my cat, hello. She might be joining us in the video a bit. But I'm going to show you everything that I packed for my trip, what I regret, what I'm happy I brought, and hopefully this can help you as you plan your trip and you are packing. She just woke up from a nap and now she's hungry. Do you want to get fed? Do you want to get fed? Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to show you what I packed. I wanted to do this video before I left, but to be honest, things were a bit crazy before I left on my trip. So I didn't have a chance to do that, but today I'm going to sit down and show you everything I brought. This might be a little bit of a different video because I feel like a lot of people, when they show what they pack, they go to Australia in Australian summer, which is like November, December, January, or December, January, February in Australia, because it's in the southern hemisphere. I'm from the northern hemisphere, but I actually went in fall, in the beginning of winter in Australia. So some of the things might be a little bit different than maybe what you would bring on a summer trip, but this might actually help you out. So without further ado, we'll get into the video and I'll show you everything that I brought. So my main pack, I can do it. Also, I should say that when I returned home, I did all my laundry and repacked the bags the best I could. So this is the Osprey Porter 46 liter backpack. I'm going to put that down because it is kind of heavy, but I have brought this pack with me on multiple backpacking trips. I think 3 trips to Europe, 1 trip to Canada, and now to Australia. It is technically kind of carry-on size, but I definitely packed this to the brim, so it was not necessarily carry-on size. I did use it as a carry-on when I went to Australia, so my flights from Orlando to LA and then LA to Sydney. But all the other flights, I honestly just checked it. It was easier, and I didn't really worry too much about it. But anyway, so Osprey Porter 46, I do love it. I almost bought a bigger pack for this trip, but I'm glad I didn't. I saw some people with really big packs. I'm talking like 70, 80 liter packs, full to the brim, which maybe would have downsized a little bit on what I brought, like in terms of external baggage, but I was very happy with this decision. I'll show you what I packed. The other items I have is this pack. This is a new backpack for me. I got this from Amazon. It got a little scuffed up towards the end of the trip. I don't know if you can see that, but what I liked about this backpack is that the zipper compartment was actually in the back, which was great because if I use this as a day pack, which I honestly didn't use as a day pack as much as I thought, but if I did use this as a day pack, I could put my camera and everything in here, and the zipper was on my back. I didn't have to worry about people going in and grabbing it. This was my electronics bag, which had like my camera, which I'm recording on right now, my GoPro, my laptop, had a couple other things I'll show you, but this was like my main electronics bag that I always held with me when I was on Greyhound buses and such. I put the bigger pack underneath the buses. And then I had this bag, which I actually got the day I left. My dad got it for me for my birthday, which was back in April. And this, honestly, going there, I didn't have a whole lot in here. But as the trip went on, I have things like food I might want to bring from one hostel to the next, or like I collagen powder and stuff. I don't have that stuff with me anymore, but this actually got pretty full at some points in the trip, but then obviously it got lighter on the way back. But I only have a few items in here, which I'll go through. And then my final bag, which actually usually just ended up in here, was my crossbody pack, which I am never going back. This is the pack I will probably be using as my main purse bag for probably the rest of the time I ever travel in my life, because it was so handy, so convenient, and I love this one. I got this one from Amazon as well. And then I also have a bag over here, it's just like stuff I bought, which I'll dive into as I show you what I packed. So the first bag we're going to start with is actually my electronics bag, because I feel like I can get through this pretty quickly. You can see on the side here I just have a like a reusable bag. I brought this on many trips. I ended up using this if I went to the grocery store. It actually fit into my crossbody bag, so definitely have that hooked on there. There are also like side pockets here. I could not fit a water bottle in there, but you know, depending on where I was going, I would have like, I actually ended up losing this, but first thing I lost on the trip. First thing, second thing, I'm not sure, but I actually had a selfie stick tripod. I will put a photo of it here, but I lost that. It actually fell out, I think on a Greyhound bus between Brisbane and Noosa. But yeah, so don't put it in the side pockets because you may lose it, but yeah, that's where I would typically keep things like that. On the long flights, I kept my compression socks here. Anyway, going into the bag, well, in the front pouch here, usually I would just honestly put like random, you know, maybe like my vitamins and such. I actually have receipts in here right now because you'll see in the vlogs, but my trip actually got extended by 2 days due to the airline. So this is like actually receipts I need to submit for reimbursement. So I'm going to keep those there for now. But on the back side of the pack, I have, so this bag here actually is usually bigger because I have my camera on there right now. I have a Lumex camera, but it's a mirrorless camera, and I'm recording with it right now, so I can't obviously put it in here, but I have that in there. I don't know if I would bring this on other trips, or at least a trip like this. I definitely want to bring it back to Australia. I think it's more of like a city escape sort of camera. So like maybe if I'm in Europe I might bring it again. I don't know though. I'm thinking about investing in a smaller point and shoot and just using this one for sit down videos. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I don't think I would bring this back to Australia with me because it was just really big, and I only used it in like Melbourne and Sydney and just like I think when I was in Brisbane. So honestly like the bigger cities, that's when I used it. Otherwise I was using my next camera, which is my GoPro. This is the Hero 8. I also have it in the dive casing. With that, I have, well, in here it's an extra battery for the GoPro because I brought two if it's shedding for whatever reason. I also had filters for the camera if I went diving. I didn't end up going diving. I ended up just snorkeling. I didn't need these because I wasn't at the proper depth, but good still to have. I got on Amazon. Like I said, I had the camera, big camera. I also had an extra battery for that, and that was pretty much what was in here. Then I had all of my electronics in this packing cube. Is it the most efficient? No. Did things get really messed up? Yes. Have I done this before? Yes. Would I recommend you do this like this? No. But did it work for me? Yes. So, I mean, do what you will. I like it like this just because it's easy to pack, but it's a chaotic mess. I mean, cords are everywhere, but I will put on the screen here. You can pause it of everything I brought, but like it was like what is this? The adapter for the SD cards, my running watch, and various other charging cords. Again, I will put on the screen now, pause it, you can see what I brought, but that was my electronics, like charging stuff. And then here, in this plastic bag, one of two pairs of sandals I brought. And I brought these. These are the Hoka Aura slides. This is actually the first version. They have an updated version, which I'm wearing right now. But I brought these because last year on my last trip, I had a really bad case of plantar fasciitis, and I'm trying to still be very good to my feet, very cautious. So these have arch support. I would wear these when I wasn't wearing my trainers. They were a pain in the butt to bring, I'm not gonna lie, and most people are not gonna need these. For me, I did need these, so I did pack these, and they did go in this bag because that's just where they fit the best. Also in here, I had my Kindle. I couldn't even tell you what Kindle this is. I got it from my dad many years ago. But did I read on my trip? Yes. Did I finish a book? No. Was I rereading Hunger Games? Yes. I also have this mini foam roller. 99% of people are not going to need this, but again, injury, I needed this. I didn't use it as much as I thought, but I would still probably bring it because I do think I'm old and I need it. And then finally, I have my laptop, which is not currently in here because I'm currently using it, but I have my laptop, my charger, and my external hard drive. And then also during the trip, whenever I would collect various papers and such, I would put it in here. So that was the electronics bag. The next bag I'm going to get into, I know I'm kind of like saving the big bag for the end, but I actually just wanted to get into some of the smaller bags first, but they won't take long. So in this smaller bag here, I have my travel pillow, noise canceling headphones. Then I have my water bottle. This is a Grail water bottle. Honestly, I did not need a Grail water bottle for Australia. I had this on a previous trip too. Australia water's fine. I only brought this compared to like a Hydro Flask or something else just because I wasn't sure when I was in Tasmania if I was hiking and I got into a situation where I needed to get water from a stream, and then this would work, but I didn't have to run into that. And then finally, I have some of my toiletries. I'll go through, when I get to my toiletries bag, I'll put everything I brought toiletry-wise on the screen, but these are some of my liquids. Then in that bag usually sat my crossbody bag, which was like kind of my daily bag, honestly. And I love this. I got this from Amazon. What I like about this is one, what was really important to me was that my camera fit, and it did fit in here. But two, it was also important that I had some way to put a water bottle in. So this little pouch kind of comes out. So it's like that, and then it comes out, and you can put your water bottle in there. And that was really handy, especially on days where I literally only had this and I still wanted my water bottle because it was hot. So yes, very handy. On the outside, you'll see I have hand sanitizer, and then I have a front pouch here, which is where I kept my AirPods and some earplugs apparently, and then just like corded, cheap. I think I got these from Aer Lingus a long time ago. And then in the second pouch here, I had an external, or not an external, but a long cord. I actually picked this up in Launceston because my original long cord broke. So I have this one. And then a travel toothbrush. I only use this in the airports. Honestly, I'm just going to throw that away, so I'm going to put it over there. External charger. My inhaler, various medicines such as decongestant, Tylenol, paracetamol, Dramamine, and I have a mirror, chapstick, and another little thing of like ibuprofen, Aleve, Imodium, and more Tylenol. Then in the third pouch, I kept Lysol wipes, my sunglasses, and then just some like feminine stuff and some necklaces that I always wear on the airplanes because my parents gave them to me and it makes me feel safe. And then finally there's a back pocket that actually sits flush with your body. So this is where I would put, well, I have my Telstra SIM card. This is my Australian SIM card. I didn't normally carry this, but I swapped out my SIM cards when I landed back in the US. My passport, my COVID card, which I never ended up needing, an additional credit card. This was like a little pouch. I usually have this in my backpack, but when I was traveling between places, I put it just in my bag. But I had like an extra credit card, extra debit card, some US cash. I had the cash, US cash for when I came back to the US. And then my wallet with like credit card, ID, debit card, health insurance, AAA, and some cash. I have like some of my Australian dollars, and I have some US dollars. I didn't carry the US dollars when I was there, but when I was transiting through LA, I had some US dollars just in case. And that was what was in this bag. Again, never would travel without it ever again. So now let's get into the main pack. Like I said, this was the main pack, and we're gonna go from the front into the main part. So you undo the what is it? The clips. I know this is not the best place to be recording this. I'm also moving at the end of the month, so things are crazy here. So just forgive me. It might be a little bit better, but there's a slip pocket in the front. We're real professional here. We're working on it. But I have, oh, that's where this went. Okay, well, this normally wasn't in the slip pocket, but this was my reusable utensils. I'll get to that in a minute. But what I was going to show you were my disinfecting wipes. Obviously, I got these in Australia, but I brought some with me. But this is just Dettol wipes, disinfecting wipes for airplanes, for hostel rooms, etc. Wipe down your phone every night. Very good to do. And then the next pouch is a pouch that goes around, and in here I have reusable Tupperware. And guys, you need to bring this because I never brought reusable Tupperware when I traveled, and it was a game changer. In hostels, I could cook meals and eat it in here, or I could cook a meal and then put leftovers in here, put it in the fridge for the next night. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Please bring it. Also bring reusable utensils. I cannot tell you how many times people were like, wow, that's a really good idea. I should have done that. So highly recommend this. I also brought a reusable cup, like a collapsible cup. I don't know if I'd do this again because I only used it a handful of times, but these two, definitely recommend. I will link them below. Microfiber towel. This one sucks. I've had it for many years. I'm probably getting a new one, but definitely bring it. I also had a microfiber beach towel, my hat, which actually was a good conversation starter because there's a surprising amount of people who at least knew who the University of Florida was. So, and I also had a reusable backpack. I'm probably gonna get a new one of these. This has definitely seen better days, but I actually use this a lot more than I thought I would because like when I would go hiking or just for other adventures where I didn't want to bring that brown bag, this definitely came in handy. So definitely recommend that. And then finally up here, if you can see that, there's a zipper pocket. I had more earplugs, and then I had a padlock for hostel, like lockers, and then also 2 TSA locks. And then in here, this is just honestly office supplies. I did have a flashlight or a torch. I have Post-it notes, some pencils and pens, a highlighter, washi tape. Honestly, all this just lives in here. I never take it out between trips. It just lives in here. Before we get to the main compartment, I'm actually going to flip this around and go to the back pocket. Before I do that, another lock I had is this bicycle lock, or I don't know, corded lock. I only used this a couple times in Australia. Like honestly, when I would drop off my luggage in the like hostel, sometimes I would just loop all my bags together. But I never used it otherwise. I've used this a lot more in Europe, like on trains or on Flixbuses or whatever. But I have this back pocket here, which is honestly meant for your laptop, and I've used that in the past for my laptop, but I didn't on this trip. Instead, I put masks. I used all my N95 masks. I just found this one randomly here. So, but yeah, I wore N95 masks on planes and then long haul buses, like the overnight buses. You don't have to do that. This has some girl products in here, and an amenities kit from Delta, which has like a face mask and earplugs. I brought a journal, but I never wrote in it. I bring this every time and I never write in it, so I need to stop bringing it because I'll never write in it. And then there's also a zipper pocket in here, which has a KN95 mask, or yeah, KN95 mask, which I wore more frequently, like on city buses or in very crowded areas. But guess what? I still got COVID. Spoiler alert! I got COVID for the first time on this trip, so that was fun. And then I had to delay recording this video for a few days because then I came home and I had strep. And I can't tell you the last time I strep throat, but anyway, that's not the point of the video. But yeah, so most people don't honestly travel with that stuff anymore, but I did, and you do you, boo. You do you. Also on the outside of the bag here, I have my rain cover for my bag. All right, going into the main compartment. Ooh, it's a chaotic mess. So, toiletries, like I said, this bag has seen so many better days. I'm probably gonna have to end up buying a new one, but I will put on the screen now. So if you want to pause it, you can see everything that I brought toiletries wise. Bought a hair clip, eye mask, definitely for sleep. I hate this eye mask, but it's the best one I've found. If you have any recommendation on eye masks that actually 100% block out the light, let me know. Mouth guard for night. My universal adapter. A pillowcase, controversial, but honestly didn't take up a whole lot of room, and this was great. You know, I don't know, just something from home, put it on your pillow at night. I don't know, like, it's a weird thing to bring, but I'm glad I brought it. A laundry bag. This was one of 2 laundry bags I brought. You'll see the other one in a moment, but that was for like my dirty, like, sweaty clothes. I have my GoPro floaty stick, my glasses / contacts case, a hairbrush, which I recommend these folding ones. This is the wet brush one, because I cannot tell you how many other, like, normal or mini, but normal, if you know what I mean, hairbrushes I've ruined during travel, but that actually has held up pretty well. This held my shampoo, conditioner bars, and bar soap. A little first aid kit. I got this little pouch at Flying Tiger 2018, 2019. I think they still sell it, at least as of last year when I was in Europe. They had it, but I just have like thermometer, which actually I know sounds crazy, but it actually was really useful when I had COVID. But just various medicines, blister patches, plasters / band-aids, etc. Do recommend this. I have this pouch, which 99% of people are not going to need this, but this is my injury kind of prevention kit. So I have my toe spacers, my lacrosse ball for rolling out my foot, some TheraBands for therapy, stretch out strap for stretching, plantar fasciitis sleeve, KT tape, more TheraBands, and a foot scraper. I would not bring this again because this was too much, but everything else I'd probably bring again, just given my injury history / a mold. So then we get into, I guess I'll talk about some clothing here. This video is such a mess, I'm so sorry, but this is a cover for like when you're swimming, but you can also use it if you're running and it's a little chilly or you need a base layer. This definitely comes in handy. Dual purpose. I hate the color, but I got it last year and it's really helped me and I do recommend it. Then I also have a pair of jeans. I had some COVID tests, which again came in handy. Most people do not care anymore, but they helped me, so I knew I had COVID. And then just like vitamins and such. I'm going to skip my packing cubes for a second, but I have 2 things of packing cubes with clothing. Real quick, I'm going to go, so if you don't know, the Porter has 2 side pockets. So in this side pocket, I had 12 pairs of underwear, which is good for 6 days because you wear a pair during the day and then a pair at night. I had 6 pairs of socks and then 1 pair of compression socks that all lived in this pouch. In this side pouch, this is like the breathable one, I had my Cellar cleansing towelettes. This was honestly just for the planes, those long haul flights. My spy belt for running, so I don't have my phone on me. This was my other laundry bag, which was more just like my everyday clothes, non-sweaty clothes. I had arm warmers for running, which again came in handy. A Delicates bag for laundry. I had 2 of these. One of these is actually being used. I put the rest of the sunscreen I bought in it. But I had 2 of these like 3-ounce travel bottle things. Goggles, which I never ended up using, and 2 swim caps, which again I never ended up using because I was really optimistic. I was like, oh, I'm going to go lap swimming, but then I didn't. Which I need to wash this. This is a cover for your drinks. It's a nightcap, and it's like a scrunchie, and then you take this part out and then you put it over your drink so you don't get spikes. Kind of fucked up that we need to have that in this day and age, but there we go. This is for your phone. It's a waterproof, like underwater thing. I can definitely say it works because it kept my phone dry when I went overboard last year in Luggage. This little wristlet, I've never used it on the trip. I don't know why I keep bringing it, but I did. Plastic baggies, very handy. This is a sink stopper. Never have used it for sink, like if I'm doing sink laundry, but I will continue to bring it. And then my air tag. This is new. I got this for Christmas. Highly, highly, highly recommend if you're checking your bags to get an air tag. Get an air tag. I'm telling you, get an air tag. They're so handy. I will never travel without one ever again. I'm gonna get more. And then, in terms of footwear, real quick, before I get into the packing cube, I have, controversially, I brought 2 pairs of like trainers / running shoes. One I'll put it here, but it's the Hoka Bondi. That was my everyday walking around shoe, going out shoe. It was my everyday shoe. And then when I would run / hike, I had the Hoka Elevon. Yeah, I don't regret it. I've always brought 2 pairs of like shoes, honestly, on every trip because I am a runner and I do need to rotate footwear, but most people are not going to be like me. But it does take up space, but I need it. So anyway, I had my Elevons, my Bondis, which I wore the Bondis on the plane. I also have my Yak Tracks, which you put these on the bottom of your shoes to give you more traction. Honestly, I never ended up using these, but I am glad I had them because I just wasn't sure in some places when I was hiking if I was going to need them for slippery places. But I never ended up needing them, but I knew if I didn't bring them, I was going to need them. So definitely don't regret it. And then I have just a cheap pair of flip-flops. This is probably what most people are just going to bring, but this is for hostel, like showers and bathrooms, etc. I got these cheap pair at Old Navy like 10 years ago. And then I had Super Feet inserts, an extra pair. I had another pair in my Bondis. And then these are just the sock liners for the Bondis. And then I'll go into the clothing because I'm running out of time. But I have one more kind of pouch up here. And this just had my luggage scale, a deck of cards, and a measuring tape. I never used the measuring tape in Australia, but I've used it many times in Europe, so it just lives in there. Alright, so we're going to quickly get into the clothing before I run out of space on this memory card. So in this small little compression packing cube from Eagle Creek, this is honestly where I kept my bralette, my normal bra, 2 sports bras, and 2 swimsuits, which honestly I only needed 1 swimsuit. This one was for lap swimming, which I never did. This other one was my you know, let me go swimming swimsuit. In the bigger packing cube, which is seeing better days, and I'm probably gonna honestly get rid of this one. All right, I'm just gonna like fly through this. A pajama top, a long sleeve wool shirt from Smart Wool, had that for many, many years. I brought 4 t-shirts. I brought this orange one, this green one, this gray one, and this blue one. I've also brought 2 going out bodysuits, so just like a long sleeve black one, and then a short sleeve black one with a strappy back, which you probably can't see. I also brought 2 pairs of black leggings, which I've only usually in the past I've only brought 1, but I definitely recommend 2. Also brought 2 athletic tops, so I brought this one and this one, both from Under Armour that I got just before the trip. Great for running and great if I was hiking, etc. 2 pairs of running shorts, and then 2 pairs of just like athletic shorts, one of which I use as my pajama bottoms, and then 3 pairs of shorts that I would do things in every single day. This pair of black like paper bag shorts, I didn't wear them very much. I don't think I'd bring them back to Australia. I think they're more like a Europe thing. They're just a little bit more polished than what I was doing in Australia. But I also had this pair of black denim and then this pair of blue denim, which I've already worn since being back here, so they are dirty. That's everything I packed. I did pick up some things along the way, which is in this Woolworths bag, which is a reusable bag. I used it, I picked it up, it was pretty cheap, at Woolworths, which is, if you don't know, a grocery store. And basically everyone has them in the hostels. Basically, if you're in a hostel, like this is from the last one, this is from Wake Up Bondi. But you put like your food in here and you put it in the fridge. So everyone has these, so definitely recommend it. And you can see I also sometimes put a sticky. But anyway, real quick, so I got that. And then I also got this black sweatshirt at Kmart in Hobart, Tasmania, which I knew I was going to buy. These next 2 things I knew I was going to buy when I got to Hobart because I knew it was going to be cold in Tasmania. I also got a pair of gray sweatpants, which came in handy. I also got this long sleeve shirt. I cannot tell you, Kmart is amazing in Australia. It was rubbish here in the US, but it's amazing in Australia. I also picked up this crop top for like just a few bucks. Now, it wasn't ever comfortable enough to wear it. I got it at Cotton On, but I'm trying to build up the confidence. So I got that. And then I also got this bag at Cotton On, which honestly came in handy. I got about halfway on the trip, but it came in handy because I ended up using it as my shower bag in hostels. Like I would just put like my pajamas, my towel, my like body stuff in here, and I would just, you know, go to the shower. So definitely recommend that. I probably would bring this on every trip coming up. I also got a belt because things started falling down because I lost weight. I got a sticky bra. I also got a like beanie hat for when it was cold. I also got these hot hand body warmers, which I only used 1 of, but they were really handy when I was in Tasmania and it was freezing cold. I also have bug spray and an arm brace because I hurt my arm for a couple of weeks and I could barely move it, so I needed this and it ended up working out really well. But there is one more thing I did end up having to purchase that I didn't want to, and that is I had to purchase a new rain jacket. I ended up losing my beloved blue rain jacket when I was in Noosa. I accidentally left it in a bar and no one returned it. So a jacket that has gone with me to like 20-something countries over 5-6 years is someone else's, and I hope they're treating it well. But I'm gonna get a new jacket. But that jacket, I don't know. It feels kind of silly to say, but it had a lot of sentimental value, and yeah, I left it accidentally one night and no one turned it in. So in the interim, because I still had about a month left of my trip, I ended up going to Kmart in Noosa and purchasing just this cheap rain jacket. It's very thin. I mean, it came in handy. And it was only like 20 Australian dollars. But is it the best? No. Do I want a better rain jacket? Yes. But it got the job done. It's just a very thin black jacket. It's oversized because it's unisex sizing. But yeah, that is everything I brought with me to Australia / picked up. I mean, of course I picked up like various toiletries and such along the way, disposed of them, etc. But that is pretty much everything I brought. And it kind of seems like a lot now I'm looking at it like as a mess on my floor. But for the most part, I was pretty happy with what I brought on this trip. You know, there are some swaps I would make. Like I probably would, instead of the black paper bag shorts, I probably just would have brought another pair of denim shorts. Maybe a little less with the injury stuff. Honestly, I probably wouldn't bring this big camera with me. But I might try to get like a smaller camera. But yeah, otherwise, like, I was pretty happy with everything I got. Oh, one more thing I got. Can't believe I haven't mentioned it. I got this t-shirt. And I would actually bring a oversized t-shirt with me because I really missed it just on days when you want to chill out. Like, so I got this in Cairns towards the end of my trip. It's just an Australia t-shirt. But, yeah, so anyway, that is everything I brought. I hope that it helps you out. I will leave, like I said, links to as much as I can in the description below. If you're headed to Australia on the East Coast, I hope you have the most amazing time. I have a lot of vlogs coming your way, and probably the first vlog is going to be out in a couple days from when this video goes up. It'll be my arrival vlog when I go to Melbourne. I think I'm going to have about 12, 13 vlogs throughout my trip, so plenty of content. Like I said, if you're headed to Australia, whether it's soon or in a year or 6 months from now, whatever, you're going to have the most incredible time. And I'm very jealous, but I know I'm going to be back. I'm hoping to go back next year because I really want to tackle other parts of Australia, like Western Australia, Northern Territory. And there are some places on the East Coast that I want to revisit or visit for the first time because I had to miss them on this trip. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps at least one person. And subscribe if you want to see all my Australia vlogs. They are coming very, very soon. And I'm so excited. So you can hit the subscribe button. I think it's down below here somewhere. Hit it right now. Click it. Put on that notification bell for more notifications as to when I post videos. You can give me a follow on social media at Katie Sputo. I might have some other things coming down the pipeline here shortly, but you can stay up to date on everything currently on my Instagram at Katie Sputo. I also have a TikTok at Katie Does Travel and a blog, katiedoestravel.com. But like I said, there are some exciting things coming down the pipeline with this channel / just other things I want to do. And I have more travel planned. I literally booked something for my next trip today. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. But it's not Australia, but I'm very excited. And I think you will be too, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!